This is the second AAC Research Interest Network Group online meeting. Our goal is to support people who use AAC. These are the people who attended the group today. We had Beth, Charlie, Catherine, Callum, Carl, Jamie, Emma, and Catherine. Reviewed of the meeting minutes. A good positive response to the format of the minutes from the members. There was good amount of information to talk about. We decided to present it in written and video format. In the future meetings we decided to send out a calendar invite with a Zoom link and agenda. Also we need an action list. Action list was approved as it would be useful, but dates need to be more realistic and should be updated. We talked about Communication Matters Conference 2024. Those who attended the Communication Matters Conference shared some thoughts about what was good and bad. We discussed reflections from the conference, so we can learn from people's experiences and improve the conference in the future. We discussed some research opportunities were shared. Reflection from Communication Matters Conference 2024. How can we support clinicians and AAC users to think about and question research evidence? Catherine's reflection from Communication Matters. Sometimes there is research that is widely shared and gains notoriety. Why do some theories gain such momentum? How do we know which theories have good research behind them? How can we support people to be informed and know what questions to ask about their care?
I then shared some information from some sessions that I attended at the Communication Matters Conference. I attended a session presented by Jenny, who works at Liberator. Her session was about using multitasking feature of the iOS Apple operating system. Jenny shared how the multitasking feature, which is a standard feature on iPads, can be used by people who use AAC. So on one side you can have an open app such as a Notes app or Google Maps perhaps, and on the other side you can have your communication app. And I thought that was an interesting way to use both a communication app and some other apps that somebody might be using on an iPad as well. So for more information about using iOS multitasking, I've put on Jenny's email address and also a link to how iOS multitasking works. Another session that I attended was presented by Joanna Holmes and Beth Mulam. Joanna Holmes is mum to a young lady who uses AAC, and Beth Mulam is a AAC user, Paralympian and researcher, and they were sharing their experience with their Facebook group, which is a Facebook group to support all AAC communication partners. This is a safe space to discuss anything about communication in AAC, and I thought that it would be good to share that you can find this group on Facebook. It's called the AAC Connection. So if you want to connect with this group, go to Facebook and look up the AAC Connection. We then had a really brief discussion. We talked about the document that myself, Charlie and Beth Mulam have been working on, which is about the different roles in research. At our first meeting, we discussed that there are different roles in research and perhaps people aren't sure what the different roles are and how to get involved in those. So we came up with the idea of creating a written document that we could then make into a film that we can share across this research interest network and post it on the Communication Matters YouTube channel. Beth and I have written the document and we would like to obtain some feedback. So we have emailed the document out for people to review to let us know whether the content and what's written is accessible and clear, and also we started thinking about which formats people are able to easily access to review documents and share information. Our next discussion was regarding the Research Involvement Network. So Catherine Broomfield asked some questions about the Research Involvement Network, which is a database of people who would like to be involved in research. To be on the Research Involvement Network database, people completed enrolment forms. Catherine was asking, what should we do with this data? Should we email the people on the database to confirm and consent to use their data and check they still would like to be on the Involvement Network database, and also advertise these Research Interest Network meetings as well? And Catherine's also wondering if the information on the form is still relevant. Do we need to add some more information and some more details as a result of some of these meetings? Matthew is a researcher in the School of Computing and Communications at the University of Lancaster. He attended the meeting and he is looking for volunteers to test a device that he's been developing. He's been working on a watch device that will work as a switch when it's moved, and people could use this watch device to access communication software or other devices. He shared a YouTube link with information about the project and also his email address for people that are interested in being involved and possibly testing the device.
Jamie and Emma shared an opportunity that is being performed by Ali Keane. She is developing an oral history project by creating a user history of AAC devices and services. Ali is looking for adults with experience of using AAC devices to take part in interviews. Invitation is available to anyone interested by contacting ali.j.kane@newcastle.ac.uk. The invite is open to hear from anyone, even if you don't want to take part in an interview, so please feel free to contact. Communication Matters has an ongoing mentoring project where there are planned information sessions. You can contact Verity Elliott on mentoring project at communicationmatters.org.uk. ISAC, or International Society for Augmentative and Alternative Communication, invites people who use AAC to meet online for informal chats. This is an online group for people who use AAC to join discussions about different aspects of AAC. Please feel free to click on link for isaac-online.org to find more information about the chats. The next meeting is planned in June 2025, which will be held online with Zoom. A calendar invite will be issued. The proposed agenda will be to discuss and outline the different roles in research